The Ask the Mayor program is being brought to you by Turnersville Auto Mall, part of the United Auto Group and located in Washington Township for over 25 years. Turnersville Auto Mall. This program is sponsored by Turnersville Auto Mall and the Turnersville Collision Center, located on the Black Horse Pike in Turnersville, Washington Township.
Hi, and welcome to the latest edition of Ask the Mayor, our monthly video newsletter that answers your questions about the most current topics and issues affecting our community. This month we met a wide cross-section of concerned citizens. We heard from veterans, senior citizens, and even second grade students. So let's get right to it and see who's up first.
Mr. Mayor, I'm a veteran and 5 brothers, and I was hit in the Philippines. Now, what I want to know is, what are you going to do for us veterans?
Well, to answer your question quite plainly, Mr. Guida, plenty. We have lots in store for veterans this year, beginning with Operation Outreach, an initiative to recognize our town's distinguished men and women of the military, like yourself, who served our country in times of conflict and in times of peace. We are currently compiling a list of all active duty and retired service personnel that live in Washington Township. That's anyone who's ever served at any time. To our retired vets, we want to show you our appreciation during our annual Veterans Day, Memorial Day, and 4th of July events. We'd like to invite you to join our local VFW and American Legion chapters and attend regular meetings. We also want to support you by making you aware of your full veterans benefits, which may include property tax, tuition reimbursements, medical benefits, and much, much more. And to Washington Township's active military, we'd like to help out by contacting you overseas, sending you letters and care packages, assisting your family stateside, and proudly welcoming you home when you return from abroad. I think Operation Outreach is a great way to raise awareness about Veterans Affairs, but it's not all we're going to do to recognize and honor Washington Township's men and women of the military. We're also planning improvements to our Veterans Park located on Herfield, Cross Keys Road. While these plans are still in the preliminary stages, they include lengthening of the Memorial Walk, installation of landscaping, and resurfacing of the Heroes Wall so that additional plaques can be erected on both sides of the wall. We truly hold our veterans in high regard, and we want to provide them the most fitting surroundings when we gather to honor them during community events and services. Now, if you would like to obtain a plaque for placement on the Heroes Wall for a loved one, please contact the Veterans Advisory Board at 589-0520, extension 270. Again, that's 589-0520, extension 270. The Veterans Advisory Board can provide you with necessary information about the plaques, the park improvements, Operation Outreach, and all of our efforts to assist Washington Township's veterans. And our next question also comes from one of our distinguished veterans.
I belong to the American Legion Post 521, and it has been brought to our attention that the state wants to eliminate Memorial Day and Veterans Day as a holiday for the school children. And we had a meeting last night with the mayor, and they will take it under advisement in Trenton.
Yes, Mr. Huber, I remember that meeting. We did take your recommendations under advisement, but let me just clarify the original intent of the proposed legislation before I go ahead and explain to you and the rest of our viewers how everything worked out. Back in December, the legislature approved a measure that would have repealed a state law that required public schools to teach about various holidays on the day before they were observed. Among those observances were Veterans Day, Memorial Day, Lincoln and Washington's birthday, Thanksgiving, Columbus Day, Arbor Day, and Commodore Barry Day. This legislation proposed to leave all the curriculum decisions concerning the observance of the holidays that I just mentioned to the local school district's own discretion. However, after its passage, some veterans organizations raised concerns about the measure. So, My partners and I in the 4th Legislative District joined with other lawmakers statewide in expressing a willingness to modify the measure if Governor Corzine were to conditionally veto it, which he did just recently. We just felt, and Governor Corzine agreed, that the courageous and selfless efforts of men and women in military uniform should never be forgotten. So a big salute goes out to you, Mr. Huber, and members of veterans organizations throughout the state who helped bring this matter to our attention.